Hello, everyone. Ryan Embry here with the Sweet Spot live on location 2026 Hunter Conference. Excited to welcome in Wayne West, the third president of Newport Hospitality Group. Wayne, thank you so much for taking some time.
It is a pleasure to be with you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, excited to be here. It's a sleepy, cold morning right now, but we're warming things up here in Atlanta at the Hunter Conference. Tell us a little bit about your experience and what do you think about the new location, the new digs?
I think the new location is great. We've been downtown at the Marriott for so many years. I think this is new, it's fresh, it's invigorating. It truly is one of my favorite conferences. I mentioned to you, the Hunter Conference is a relationship kind of conference where you get to sit down and spend time with people one-on-one, whether it's your brand, whether it's other owners, whether it's my peer group. So I enjoy this one a lot.
Yeah. It's great because I think one of the things, you get a bunch of hospitality people in the same room, you start talking about some of the challenges that are starting to arise. And right now, we got some headwinds, profitability, hotel margins, very slim, rising construction costs, operational costs. It's a lot, but you have a philosophy, control what you can control. How do you bring that philosophy to Newport Hospitality Group as we usher in 2026?
Number one, I have really good people. My colleagues are strong at my corporate level as well as the property level. For many, many years, the industry had a vibrant ability to drive RevPAR, and it seemed like it was increasing 3 to 5% every year. That's slowed down. We continue to push that where there's opportunities, but what I think we do best, and my operational team does best, is control the big things, control cost, control your labor. We spend a great deal of time working on that every single day. We work with the leaders at the properties to make sure that we've got the appropriate levels of payroll and the appropriate levels of resources to the levels of business at the time. So I think a great deal, we've always spent time on that, but it's even more and more important as your RevPAR may not be increasing as quickly as payrolls are.
Yeah, absolutely. Operational efficiency, really, really key. Try to look for every inch that you can get right now. We had the opportunity to meet up with your COO, Brendan McCoy, at the hospitality show out there in Denver. He was talking about the growth of Newport Hospitality Group and was really focused in on talking about strategic growth with the right partners. What does the right partner mean to you? And you see opportunity out there?
Yeah, I do see opportunity. We've recently taken over a hotel with the perfect partner, has a few hotels, but her focus wants to be on development. She is aligned with us culturally. She has the right kind of hotel. She maintains it well, but she thinks she can make more money developing the next hotel and is leaving operations to us. So the first thing we want to do, we want to make sure that we align philosophically with her vision, anyone's vision of the hotel, and how it's going to be operated, how we're going to treat the guests, the employees, and how we protect her asset and grow it and make it more profitable. But I think that's the key thing, is aligning with a partner that aligns with your vision.
Yeah, and that alignment is really can be found in rooms like this, right? At a Hunter Conference, when you're networking, you're having conversations over that, because it is key, that alignment, making sure that you and the owner are kind of hand in hand, especially in a time where it's a little bit challenging. Looking for operational efficiency. A lot of people, a lot of subject matter topics talking about AI and technology, right? Trying to fill those gaps. Talk to me a little bit about the philosophy and how you approach AI and technology. Is it more about the guest experience or employee empowerment?
Let's be honest. AI has been around a long time. If you go back to revenue management 25 years ago, instead of, we started leaning into computers to do some of the analysis for us. So I think this matured over the year and it continues to evolve. And I think it's evolved exponentially over the last few years, right? We first used ChatGPT to help us write sentences, and now we're analyzing data. I think we'll continue to evaluate how to make us more efficient, but really more effective with the data. I think we need to make sure we're not consumed by the data and ask AI to help us with the right questions and get the right data to make quicker decisions and better decisions. So I think we're testing it today, all the different kinds of AI out there. We're testing it in all the disciplines. We're testing it in HR. We're testing it in operations. We're testing it in sales and marketing. We're testing it in HR. So I think when you apply it to those and then see what bubbles up and see what best results you get, but let's not be consumed by it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you got to take care of the guests first.
100%. And I think, you add those things up, you add those little gains up, and kind of take a step back and look. Now you become more operationally efficient. You controlled what you can control, what you said. and hopefully improved your business there. But that's great perspective to look back, because you're right, technology is no stranger to our industry. It's been there, just been maybe in a little bit different path.
We call it something different.
Exactly.
Truly it is intelligence that helps make us better.
Yeah.
Use it correctly.
Love it. So, another thing we like to try to do at these conferences is look into a crystal ball, try to predict the future, right? Everybody's telling you what's next 3-6 months and down the line. What's your vision? Maybe let's start wide at the hospitality industry, and then maybe you can dial it down for Newport Hospitality Group.
There again, I think I said it earlier. We've been spoiled by the ability to grow our rates every year substantially. That's slowing down, so we've got to be smarter. I think a big opportunity is food and beverage globally from an industry standpoint. I think doing food and beverage right drives preference to your hotel. I came up in the food and beverage world, and I think when select service hotels came along, we weren't as good at food and beverage as we were 20 years ago. And we've let outside restaurants and bars, wildly successful, take a piece of our business. So I think we can do better if we would concentrate a little more on food and beverage, finding out what the guest really wants, needs, and desires are when he checks into your hotel. And that guest will come back. It will drive preference, and it will drive RevPAR. So I want to concentrate on that a bit.
Great differentiator there for guests. Also attracting locals. If it's a nice restaurant, it's your hotel restaurant isn't of the same 40 years ago. Right. So what about Newport Hospitality Group? What do you see the vision there?
Well, we've got a couple of letters of intent out today. Great brands, great owners. Two, we're buying into one. We're actually purchasing a hotel. It's the right hotel in the right location at the right time. We think we add some value by some additional sales and marketing that Whitney will do with her team, Whitney and Kirsten will do, whether it's digitally or whether it's just a different way of looking at our guests and attracting the guests. So we're trying to find the major brands in our niche markets. Maybe we're not in Washington, D.C., but we're in Frederick. We're not in Jacksonville downtown. We're in the beach of Jacksonville. So we do really well in the secondary markets. We know them real well. We're in the South. We're in the Northeast corridor, all the way down from Brooklyn, New York to Orlando, Florida. So we're looking for that sweet spot.
Yeah.
But I think as many companies are today, but we're trying to identify that one that we can either reposition through some capital or reposition because we're just going to take a different view of the revenue side of it.
Well, really appreciate you taking some time and stopping by, Wayne. So thank you so much for having being on the Sweet Spot with us.
Good to be with you, Ryan. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
We'll talk to you next time.